Here's a mother and daughter who between them lost 5 stone in just 12 weeks after being, would you believe, hypnotised into believing that they had a gastric band fitted. Yeah, they had an op, but they hadn't, of course. Mum Kerry and daughter Amy join me now along with Dr Hilary. Congratulations on losing the weight, absolutely amazing. But what an extraordinary story. So now, it kind of started, didn't it, Kerry, because you had a heart attack, didn't you?
Yes, I did.
You were overweight, not looking after yourself as much as you should.
That's right.
And that was a big wake-up call, wasn't it?
It was a big wake-up call. At the age that I was, and with the family and the grandchildren, I knew that something had to be done.
No, absolutely. What age are you just now?
51.
51. You're but a mere stripling. Same age we are. So you knew that you had to do something.
Yes.
And had you heard about this whole hypnotist thing? How would you find out about it?
I knew that Gastric Band Hypnotherapy was about.
Right.
So my friend had given up smoking and she was hypnotised.
Ah, right.
So because it had worked for her doing the smoking, I contacted the hypnotherapist for the gastric band. And we went from there.
Because did you not fancy going down the road of an operation? Because it's a big deal, you know, nobody should do that lightly.
Couldn't afford £8,500.
Ah, there is always that, isn't there? Because that's the thing about this. I mean, it's not inexpensive, it's not cheap, but it's an awful lot cheaper than £8,500, for goodness sake. So, when did you decide to follow your mum, or was it something that you both talked about?
She had the heart attack that she mentioned to us that she was going for the hypnotherapy.
Right.
So I booked him for the week after that she had it done.
Because you thought you wanted to do it too, because I know you'd been trying to lose weight, Amy, you'd been trying to lose weight, you'd done the whole kind of eating properly and exercising and all of that, and it just wasn't happening. Well,
yeah, I'd lost 2 stone on my own, but then I got to sort of a plateau that I couldn't shift anything else.
Oh, and that's really, really annoying. It happens an awful lot. So this whole process, you're obviously awake, kind of, but you're in a trance, you're hypnotised. Are you aware of what he's saying to you?
Yes.
Yeah,
totally.
And is he talking you through as if you're having an operation?
Yes, he tells you to imagine that you're in the first few days he's talking to you what he's going to do and putting you under. But on the day of the operation, he tells you that you're in the operating theatre. He's going to do some keyhole surgery.
Right.
And he talks you through the whole thing that he's doing, how he puts some CO2 in your stomach to blow it up, to be able to get in there and tighten the band.
So it's all in there, so it's all, he's saying that. Did you feel pain when you woke up? Did you feel as if you'd had an operation?
It doesn't touch you or anything.
Right, so it's not that graphic then.
No,
that's quite good. There's no scar and there's no pain, so that's good. But did you feel right away that you didn't want to eat as much?
Yes, the first 2 days you have to have just liquid, like you would if you've had...
Oh, OK, so it's like the post-op care.
And then for 2 weeks after that you have to eat baby food, mooly food, to give it time to heal.
Right.
And then after that, you go on to the really small portions of normal eating.
But Amy, in your head, you know that you've not had this operation, so I find it astonishing that it works, because you know you didn't. Yeah, it is.
Yeah, he hypnotised me out of bread, chocolate and crisps. So ever since the day that he hypnotised me on there, it was before the operation, I haven't touched bread, chocolate or crisps.
Oh, that's amazing.
I look at it all and think, that's nice, looks nice.
Yeah, but
I don't get that urge to eat it.
Right, so you're eating far, far smaller portions. Yeah.
And I'm not eating the bread, and the chocolate and the crisps.
How much have you lost, both of you?
With the hypnotherapy, I've just lost 3 stone now.
3 stone?
Yeah.
That's fantastic. And
I've lost just over 2.5.
That's amazing. You must feel so much better.
We do.
How long does this last, though, do you think? Did he say?
It's for life.
Oh, right, OK. Do you have to go and get topped up?
He said you can, but you don't have to. It's not what you have to do.
It's amazing, isn't it, Hilary? An awful lot cheaper, you know, and we know that there's this chap at the moment that's suing the NHS, isn't it? Because he wants a gastric band operation, and he's suing them. It's a guy called Tom Conliffe. He weighs 22 stone, and he's not considered by the NHS fat enough to get the band, so he's suing them. So maybe this is the road we should go down with him.
Well, I mean, it's a much safer procedure, isn't it? And it's much less expensive. And the power of hypnotherapy should not be underestimated. I mean, we can treat addictions, we can treat, and this is an addiction with food anyway, but with the right technique and the right therapist, if you can get someone who's already motivated, because that's really important, someone has to be motivated in order for hypnotherapy to work. But if you get them for a few sessions, you can retrain the mind to believe that something's happened that drastically changes one's eating behaviour. Now, you asked a very important question, how long does it last? And the question is, we don't know yet. Hopefully it will last forever, because having lost the weight, you're more motivated to continue and maintain it.
Of course.
But we need to look at the long term, because it's only been done for this kind of problem in the recent past. So we need to look at that. But here we have two highly motivated, highly successful ladies who've lost weight and are still losing weight. And you've got a golf ball in your hand there, Kelly. Tell us about that.
What's that for?
The golf ball was given to us before we had the operation to say that this is our stomach, and to think of our stomach as a golf ball.
Oh, gotcha.
And that's the size of your stomach from now on.
Take it everywhere you go.
And to
remind
think
you.
that that is the portion of food that
Oh,
you
I
should
see,
not
right.
be
that makes
have
sense.
any more than
That's
that
a real good
anymore.
visual aid.
Yes.
No, I mean, in some parts of the world where we don't have general anaesthesia so often, in China, they can do operations, major operations under anaesthetic, under hypnotherapy, provided people have had the training.
Exactly.
It takes a long time to get that far, but it is possible.
Do you know, it's brilliant. It's worked for you. Really pleased that it has. Just keep going. Keep going. Fantastic. Really lovely to meet you. Thank you so much. Thank you, Hilary.